What's up everybody, and welcome back to A Everyday, where we talk about the real, raw, regular, everyday confessions of a bad bitch in training. And I am your resident bad bitch host, Avery. What is up, y'all? It is so good, and I'm so happy to be back in my space and recording with you all again. I wanted to start off my channel once more with doing sort of an intro of where I've been at, why I've been on this fake quote-unquote hiatus, life update, and just like the status of the episode with the Beehive Avenue and why it hasn't come out yet. I'm really glad that you all continue to stay here with me and continue to show up and want to show out on my channel. I promise you, I had not gone unheard of all the people who have come up to me saying, when is your podcast coming back? I promise you there's going to be more episodes. I want to come back. But before we get into all of that, let's go ahead and get started. So first things first, I want to apologize. I came in guns a-blazing, just full on being like, I like sex, I'm Avery, this is who I am, this is my channel, I'm here. And for the most part, that's exactly how I wanted to start my channel. I'm a Sagittarius through and through. Bold, not bashful, and beautiful, okay? So I'm going to always come in exactly how I want to portray myself and exactly with my personality. And I did exactly that. I'm very proud of the first couple of episodes that I put out. Very proud of the reception that I received from those first two episodes. Basically, I just kind of got overwhelmed. Right when I did all the recording for A Everyday, those first couple episodes, I was having a hard time trying to figure out whether or not I wanted to make this a super serious hobby or just something that I do to pass the time. And I kind of came to the conclusion that I would like to do it as an in-between kind of moment. A little bit of background about me. I used to have a YouTube channel called Society Logic. It is still up, it's not privated, and I had it for over 7 years. And while I mainly enjoyed just posting my vlogs or posting on my channel for everybody to see, I also really just saw it as an outlet to be myself and express myself and share those videos that I made with my friends. And I realized that with this podcast, it's exactly the same kind of vibe and sentiment that I want to do. I want this podcast to just be a place for me to talk unfiltered, unadulterated, or I don't know if unadulterated is the right word, but just an unfiltered opportunity for me to just put myself out there and be on the main stage. I'm not looking to monetize this. I'm not looking to become an influencer off this. I don't expect to be like any of the other podcasts that are out there and they are getting famous off of it. I just wanted to come in here and talk my shit, and talk my shit is exactly what I want to do. It has, like I said before, it has not gone without notice, the amount of people who have come up to me and said, I really enjoy the first two videos, I really want to see it come back again, and like, when's the next video coming out? I promise the next video with TDB and the Beehive Avenue will be coming out very shortly after this video. But I just kind of got overwhelmed with editing because I'm doing not only a YouTube video for every podcast episode, but I also have to edit the audio and everything as well when I'm getting ready to upload. And I don't know, if you have never edited like a long form video, like my videos are usually over an hour long, like that takes time. Like you gotta sit there and go back, and it could take me easily 3 or 4 hours to get through everything that I want to discuss, or get through all of the edits that I want to make and all of the things that I want to make this like an opportunity for people to stay focused and stay attention. Obviously, what I'm talking about, what I'm presenting on the stage is really what's supposed to keep people's attention. So basically, if I'm not a good enough storyteller, then I'm not going to be able to keep people's attention. But I also wanted to have a visual aspect to podcast videos because I think that it's important for y'all to see who I am and really see who I embody and represent, or how my mom would say, if that's how you want people to categorize you, then let them categorize you like that. But really, I'm just a black ginger in her mid-20s trying to figure it out, trying to do everything that I have ever imagined and fulfill all of my dreams. When I finished recording the last two videos, editing and posting the last two videos in March, I immediately went on a trip to Puerto Rico, and that was like amazing. But then of course I got back and I was like, dang, I had to go straight into work. I had 3 events. I work in events, and so I had 3 events back to back as soon as I got off that plane. And not only that, but then I figured out that I got into school. I am currently going to grad school for my master's right now, so woo, go me. But also at the same time, I had to then figure out deposits immediately after getting back from Puerto Rico, where I spent all my money, and now I have to, you know, focus on getting these deposits done. And then I moved into my first apartment just a couple of months later after that. And so it's just been a lot of like transitions and changes and trying to figure out who I am and this new path of life. I turned 25 in less than a month, and like I literally already feel my frontal lobe unlocking. So but I wanted to continue my podcast because I created this as a form of self-expression, and I think especially with all of the news that we have heard most recently, I think that it's important for me to continue up with this platform. And like I said, I'm not necessarily trying to be an influencer or anything like that, but I was a mass communications major, and I do recognize that influencers can come in small forms and they can come in large forms. I may not be Monet McMichaels or Gloria or you know, any of the major influencers that are out there right now, but I am who I am, and I influence my community in even small ways. I'm not saying I'm a trendsetter, so before bitches come on here and are like, oh, she thinks she all this, that, and the third and big and bad. Nah, baby, I just know who I am, and I know that sometimes people are interested in what I have to say, and especially some people want to have that dialogue with me, and especially I know that there are certain things that I do that other people like. I'm not necessarily saying that as like a cocky thing or being like, yeah, I influenced, I started this, whatever, whatnot. I'm mostly saying that as I recognize that it's important, and I enjoy having this opportunity to speak out and to give my opinions and to talk about my life stories, because my close friends gets it all, and they know that I be going through some stuff. And so especially like I would just like the opportunity to, like, you know, not necessarily on a who the fuck did I marry kind of vibe, but more so just like I want to express to y'all like what my life is like. And I think a lot of people definitely find it entertaining and informative at times, and so especially I just want to continue and put that on a larger scale. So more videos will be coming soon. I definitely have a schedule now. I'm thinking once a month I will be uploading, and then hopefully when I get on a better schedule with grad school and adjusting to my new job, because I also got a promotion, so I'm just going through all of these leveling up changes, and I also want to make sure that I level up the podcast that I'm doing as well. As you can see, the studio has gotten slight change. If you're on my YouTube video, you'll see the slight change, but if you're on the podcast, of course, you'll have to head over to my YouTube channel to be able to see that. That's at The Real Raw Regular, I'm pretty sure. But you can find me on all of my platforms, Instagram and TikTok at The Real Raw Regular. And you can find me on my personal Instagram page at High Levels of NaCl. That is High Levels of NaCl. And before you ask, it's a chemical compound for salt, and so high levels of salt, salty. I know it's very 2012, but that's who I am at my core. So anyways, let's continue where the update with the video with the Beehive Avenue. I promise I'm going to get that video done. It will be released very soon and shortly. I definitely think what me and T-Day talked about was a very important conversation. I think it was real, raw, and regular as it was supposed to be. And T-Day is my girl, so we've you know, known each other for years now, and especially like the conversation that we had was very like near and dear to me. I just kind of got overwhelmed because we were yappers, right? I don't even think that I'm gonna do any like cuts or edits on it. I really want y'all to see the full video for real, because the conversations that we had, they were just really, I think they were really meaningful, and I think if anything, people might be able to take something from that and what we talked about. And more so than anything, like I said, sometimes just editing just takes a very long time for me, trying to work through my procrastination and all the other life changes that were going on. It just got a little like out of hand. But I promise the very next video that you see for this page, hopefully I can do it within like 2 to 3 weeks after this, because upcoming is my birthday. So hopefully I can post within 2 to 3 weeks after this the official part 2 to the conversation that T-Day B and I had from the Beehive Avenue. So if you want to go check out part 1, please go to Beehive Avenue on it's on podcast as well, Apple Podcast, Spotify, wherever you get your podcast information from. And yeah, to essentially sum it all up, the T-Day episode will be coming out soon, and I will be working on it as hard as I can to be able to get it out shortly after this video is posted. So I wanted to do today's video as kind of like some of my like hot takes, my weird takes. I don't think that they're going to necessarily be that weird or controversial. But you know, y'all can let me know in the comments down below, or like on Apple Podcast, right? On Apple Podcast, I think there's a place where you can leave your comments. But especially, like I said, I also have the YouTube component as well. So feel free to like drop it there, like drop some comments there, give me some interaction. I want to hear from y'all. Let me know on my Instagram as well. So for today's episode, I kind of wanted to, as the reintroduction kind of portion of this episode, is give some of my hot takes. I know that like I started off my first episode with kind of being like, I'm 24, I work in events, and maybe I'll get a little bit into more of my job like a little bit later, but at least for right now, I just wanted to talk kind of about like just some of my hot takes. I don't necessarily think that they're controversial or they're even that weird, but I definitely do think that like some people might agree, some people might not agree, and I would love to see the discourse on it. Like I said, you can always go to my YouTube, and you can always go to my platforms, Instagram or TikTok, and leave a comment there. Let me know what you think about the episode, and both of those platforms are at The Real Raw Regular. And as always, I probably won't see it on my personal, because honestly, my personal is public, and I don't always necessarily engage with like my DMs that are like not from people who I actively follow. Like I just leave those in the requests. So, but feel free to leave me a comment on my main personal page at High Levels of NACL. So for the first kind of like controversial take, we're gonna talk about Big Back. And I already know that some of y'all gonna be like, oh Lord, here she go, like, because I'm a plus size woman in general. But at the same time, like, I really would rather y'all just say fat. Y'all might as well just say fat, because that's what big back means. So y'all are like, oh, working off this big back. I'm going to alleviate my big back. Big back, load it up. Like, I fucking hate the rhetoric now. Fat phobia from the 2000s has returned with a vengeance. Y'all be posting regular shit like salmon bites and be like, oh my god, I am so big backed. Like, dog, just say you're fat. But you won't say you're fat because you're saying it like it's a joke. But big back means fat. That's literally what it means. And I just don't think that in terms of like speaking positively over yourself, like, it was funny and a joke at first, but I'm seeing people on TikTok put put pillows in their baby shirts when they're just drinking their milk. You know what I'm saying? I'm seeing people be like, oh, I got some fries with my chicken Caesar salad and now I'm so big back. Oh, I got 2 extra drinks at dinner and I'm so big back. Like, y'all, I obviously love the trend of fitness and of health that is happening this year, but I also kind of just want to say, like, let's be nicer to ourselves. What was a joke ends up kind of being a real reflection of how y'all see yourself. And especially with COVID being still so rampant, it's important to like monitor how extreme you're going and the type of rhetoric that you're using around yourself when you're talking about yourself and trying to make yourself healthy, because there's definitely an unhealthy way to work out. And once again, I know some people are gonna be like, well, this big bitch, what does she have to talk about? But let me tell you, one thing about me, I will fully acknowledge that I am a plus size woman, but at the same time, you'll never hear me calling myself big back. You'll never see me posting on social media saying I'm big back. Just call yourself fat. And if you don't want to call yourself fat, think of why that is. But you'd rather call yourself big back and post it on social media for everybody to see. Oh, okay. Whatever. Next, not everybody needs a clothing brand. Stop making tracksuits. I don't want any more singular t-shirts. There are a couple brands out there, one being from my producer, Made in Maryland. I think that he makes amazing clothes. They are creative. They have a specific kind of brand or a specific kind of brand positioning and brand logo that I think makes them unique and honestly makes them a brand that I would think that people would like to go back to. And also, it was a brand that I didn't even realize. I knew the brand before I even met the person. So like, I think that's a great form of like, and I hate to use my mass communications degree, but I got it, so I'm gonna use it. But I think it's a great form of brand positioning when you can easily recognize a brand and you know that they are creating innovative and amazing stuff every time. But honestly, some of y'all just be posting whatever you find out your ass, whatever you wrote on a receipt, and making it into a brand. And baby, let me tell you something, I'm not paying $60 for a shirt you bought in bulk off of Temu. It's just not happening. Build something that sets yourself apart, and not just doing something so that you can make a quick $180, which isn't even going to cover your production costs, but it pays for whatever you paid for in bulk. Do something different. We need more electricians and carpenters. We don't need any more clothing brands. We don't need any more professional whatever. Like, I mean, some of y'all just be putting your name on a shirt and calling it a day. Let's wrap it up. Let's wrap it up immediately. Remove cricket from the schools, okay? Remove cricket from the schools and get these niggas in a trade. Okay? Let's do that. Thank you. Thank you. Call it a day. Jesus Christ. So then, basically, I'm going a little bit into more of the social media side of my hot takes now. So, because I am a public page, and I am the type who believes in posting all the pictures, like, I like having a digital archive essentially of my pictures from like 2017, probably 2016, all the way up to now. I think like my last picture on my public page is the picture from when I was 15. And so that being said, I have like 80 something photos on my page. I cannot stand when people spam like my photos. Like, I have never liked it when Instagram first started, and I especially don't like it now. Now, I get that I am a public page, and I understand that like I don't have like 10,000 followers, so like I will see if somebody is spamming my photos. But if you're spamming my photos to go smack at me, I am not going to respond. I'm not going to all of a sudden go to your page and spam like your photos back. Like, it's just not happening. Like, you can use your words. Like, sure, it caught my attention. I went to your page, I saw who you were. But if you are not like going to actively speak to me, if that's your way of like, I guess, I don't know what it is, but like in a way I feel like people are using that as like a pseudo way of mating. Like, oh, I like 15 of her pictures, and then I go to his page and like 5 of his, therefore she's interested, and therefore like I'm gonna go ahead and say something and follow her. I especially hate when it's from people who don't follow me. So you're just like on my page to like a bunch of my pictures, and then when I go to your page and like your pictures too, that means you're gonna follow me, and then afterwards, or like because you liked all my pictures, then I'm gonna follow you. Like, I don't know, all of the semantics and all of the complicatedness. Like, if you want to talk to me, just talk to me. Go into my DMs. Like, it's not that hard. But like spamming my page, especially like I follow people back because I'm not a dick. Like, I don't think that I'm this like super huge influencer. Like, I have 3,000 followers. Like that's not a lot to me, for real. I mean, it's a lot. Of course, 3,000 people is definitely still a lot, but I don't think of it as in terms of like, you know, we have people with like 1.9 million followers out there. You know what I'm saying? Like, we got, like, for me, obviously I see you and I'm gonna follow back because I'm not a dick. And then like, for the most part, as long as like your page doesn't give spammy or like scammy, or it's not like straight up hood rat ass page, or it's one of those meme pages. I hate those like spam meme pages who all they do is post videos they get from Twitter to be able to generate revenue. I mean, get your bag however you gotta get your bag, but I'm not participating in that shit at all. So for the most part, I just remove followers and go on about my business. I'm not really concerned about having a strong gaining or influencing or anything of that nature. I really just want to have my digital archive, post my pictures, and go on about my business. I think my page is for me, and if I don't like a picture on my page, I archive it. If I don't want somebody to follow me, I remove them. And I just want to make sure that everybody out there knows this. This is not even a hot take. This is just me saying this, talking my shit. If you're going to unfollow me, make sure you remove me as a follower. Okay? Can we do that? Thanks. I refuse to look like some fucking groupie and let you increase your following count just because you don't want to follow me on my page anymore, baby. One thing about it, and two things for sure, I know how to press mute or I know how to press remove. I'm not going to keep following people just to say I have a high follower count. It's never worth it. Anyways, let's move on. We are definitely in the generation of like posting your significant other can make people very, very nervous. And I absolutely understand that. And I like, because of course there are people out there who see your man, see you tag him and be like, oh my God, like, let me go get him. I'm going to have sex with him, like, whatever. Let me just say this. Let me say this. What did I write? If posting my nigga makes you want to fuck him and he goes for it, that's not the nigga for me. Straight up. I want to post the love of my life. I want to be out there. I'm single as fuck saying this right now, but like, I want to post the love of my life. I want to show his face. I want to show people who's taking care of me. I guarantee, honestly, between all of my friends, if the day that I post a man, or any partner, they know that I am in love. Like, I'm not even gonna do no soft launch or none of that shit. Like, this is my man. My man. Like, you know what I'm saying? And again, of course, I don't post nobody until I am a girlfriend. Okay? Girlfriend title first. But at the same time, like, I just don't believe, like, of course, there's a lot of Maldigo out there, evil eye out there. Like, I definitely believe that people can try to project things on you. But literally, if my man goes for any bitch who DMs him and is like, oh, I saw you off so-and-so's page, or I don't really care if you have a girlfriend, whatever, whatnot, that's not the man for me. I would literally rather be single than to have to live in fear of posting my partner to my social media. I share everything else. Why would I not also want to share my partner? Like, it just doesn't make sense to me. That one is a little bit shorter in terms of hot takes, but like, I just feel like there is so much stigma and sentiment over posting your partner on social media, and I can get that it can be definitely nerve-wracking. But let me tell you something. I am not Beyonce. I'm not Issa Rae. You know, I'm not Quinta Brunson. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm not Zach Fox. Like, I don't have to hide my partner because I'm worried about fans coming and trying to take my man. Like, if you can take my man and through an Instagram DM, that's not the nigga for me. And again, I said it before and I'll say it again, these niggas are easy, so a lot of times they'll fuck anything. So hopefully I'm not with no nigga who won't fuck anything. That's it, that's all. Let's leave it at that. You know what I'm saying? I want to make this, like, I don't want to do again too like deep. I just want to make this a fun video. So the next part is couple of things, and both of these have to do with the train. First things first, white people on the train are nasty. They are so trifling. And if you ride the metro, you know exactly what I'm talking about. I mean, I have literally seen white people straight up swipe trash off of the seat, or, you know, swipe liquids off of the seat with their bare hands and then proceed to sit down on it. I literally will not even sit on any kind of chair if I see that, like, there's even a stain there, even the remnants of something that previously dried there. It's not happening. Typically I am the person who's like, if I see a seat, I'm gonna take it. Like, only really if it's in a row by myself, because I don't like to be squished all the time. But especially because that's my other thing, is like, white people will stop at nothing to squish you into their seats. Baby, I am thick, and those metro seats are thin. Okay, if I'm already stuffed into the corner trying to put my bag here gently, because if I put my bag on my lap, it's going to slide. So I try to tuck it in the corner, and then I try to slide in the corner as much as possible. But I have literally been sat on by people when I'm getting on the train, or when I'm sitting on the train, and I don't hear no type of excuse me, I'm sorry, yes I have my headphone in, but baby, I'm looking at you and you just sat on me and you can't say nothing. So they're trifling and they're rude when they get on the train, and I just hate it. Like, I'm over it. Please have some sense of decorum. And literally, you can always tell a transplant by how quick they are and how willing they are to sit on somebody, and how quick they are to get up before they get at their stop. Now look at you, stumbling and bumbling, doing the whole, what is it, Kim K, or who is that, Lil Kim dance, because you don't know how to just wait until the stop to then get up and get off. I promise you, the few seconds that's in between when you stop and pull into the station and when it actually opens the doors, you will have time to get up, get to the door, and you won't have to potentially almost fall and bust your ass. But you're a transplant, so you wouldn't know that. Sorry. Other thing about the train, please don't go smacking me on the train. I cannot begin to tell y'all. I mean, I'm a baddie who rides a train. I don't care. I definitely have turned some outfits into train outfits, wherein, like, you know, you got your little cute outfit on, but then you put something over it so that, like, you can ride without being, like, sexually harassed with the eyes. Let me tell you something. This one time, I'm on the train, and I'm in a regular ass outfit. I like basically the same outfit I have on today. Like, I was in, like, a crop top. My hair is done, my lashes is done, nails is done, so, you know, I look good, whatever. And I'm wearing, like, some high-waisted jeans, and I'm just taking the train over to wherever, when I think was going on at, like, a day in DC, you know, just having fun. And this boy peeped me. He was sitting in the back. If you ride the metro, like the WMATA trains, you know that, like, the way the train is set up is, like, there are, like, 2 rows of seats that face the rest of the train, and then the rest of the train, you know, is like some rows face the back where those seats are, and then some rows face the other way in the opposite train direction. So I sat in, like, that first row. It's typically for handicap, which I know is bad, but I only knew I was only going over, like, 2 stops, and the train was completely empty. It was like the very middle of the day, and I think also the middle of the week. And he was in those back rows facing the rest of the train. He peeped me, got up, and then moved 1 row up, and, you know, proceeded to move his body around, fake whatever. And I let me tell you something. You could stand right in front of me, and I promise you I won't look up. I promise you I won't look up. My peripheral works very well, very, very well. So I literally was, like, sitting there. I was just like, oh Lord, here it go. Here this boy go. Here this boy go. I'm just not ready for it. So he moved the 1 row. And then he proceeded to stand up and stand in between where the door is and where the row that's right in front of me. So again, I'm on the handicap that's facing facing where his seating was, and then there's another set of chairs that faces towards, like, the doors on opposite sides, right? He proceeds to stand right there on that side, and then at this point, he's not even being, like, subtle about it. He's full on staring at me over the thing, and I refuse to look up. I'm like, no, it's not happening. Because if you got to do this slow, like, predator walk to get over, to try to muster up the courage to speak to me, it's just not gonna work. Luckily, somebody got on at the very next stop, and the stop after that was mine. So as soon as that person got on, he immediately backed off and went to go sit down. And it's just like, okay, so you did all that, but then at the same time, you couldn't even muster up the courage to talk to me anyways. Okay, buddy. Whatever works for you. Whatever works for you. Like, that's fine. So, yeah, it's literally just, like, one of those things where it's just like, bro, like, stop going smack on me on the train. I be coming home, like, of course, I'm a ginger baddie all year round. I be getting off of work, and people are like, I love your hair. Like, thank you. It's real cute. Thank you. Like, leave me alone. Leave me alone. It's funny, though, because, like, I think that it's a very DMV kind of coded thing, where, you know, like, you can receive compliments, but then, like, kind of be like, oh, like, you know, like, just keep it moving type thing. Like, if I'm interested in you, I'll stop, you know, talk, whatever, whatnot. But if you're not interested, you're gonna keep it moving. And I literally remember one time, me and my girls were in Atlanta, and, you know, we looking good. We stepped out on the town. It's like 5 or 6 of us. We're stepping out of town. We look good. We're just getting compliments left and right. We're just like, thank you, thank you. But, you know, typically, like, if you're getting compliments, because somebody's trying to go smack at you. So we're just, like, going about our business. And then, like, literally almost twice in a row, we got a, damn, y'all can't say thank you. And it's like, we literally did. And I was like, is this the reason why they say northern girls are so stuck up? Is, like, because we just kind of keep moving, like, you know what I'm saying? Because, like, a lot of times, especially in the DMV, you say thank you to somebody, then they'll keep talking to you and keep trying to engage with you, and it's just like, baby, no, like, just go on about your business. So I don't know, but it was literally like, I had a, like, moment of realization. I was like, oh, okay, this is what they mean by DMV girls are, like, stuck up. And, like, I'm kind of realizing that now. But at the same time, baby, if you know, you know. Like, it's just where I'm from. It's not who I am. I promise I can say thank you and I appreciate it. Like, but I just want to go on about my day. I just want to go on about my day. It's so hard being a bad bitch and walking around in today's society. It don't matter what you look like. Don't matter what you look like. Don't matter what you wear. If you're a Princess and the Frog watcher, you know what I'm talking about. And I think we're gonna end off with probably just one more hot take. Like I said, I didn't want this video to be super long, but I'm a yapper, certified yapper. I can't help it. So let's see, what's the last one I'm gonna talk about? Or I'll do last two. Yeah, I'll do the last two. I'm going back to social media. If I have been wishing you a happy birthday for years and years and years, consistently, really, like, honestly, every time I go into my DMs and I see, like, oh, I wish you a happy birthday on time, every time, and you don't wish me a happy birthday once, I'm no longer saying happy birthday to you. It's just not happening. Like, I'm no longer saying happy birthday to you. I literally cannot tell you how many times that I have wished somebody a happy birthday. Or this year, I have really practiced the art of going through my DMs and going through my birthday post on my page and seeing who said happy birthday to me. And it usually is like the same amount of people or the same people every time. But my birthday's in December. Like, I have to wait all year to get to my birthday, okay? I'm wishing people a happy birthday left, right, left, right, left, right. And I always, like, and then eventually I started to peep, like, y'all will never say happy birthday to me. And I don't know if it's like you don't like me or whatever, whatnot, or you just, like, I don't pop up on your timeline or whatever. But if I can see you in my likes, I can see you in my story views, but you can't say happy birthday to me, I'm finna stop saying happy birthday to you. I don't care how long I knew you or if we were in real life, if we know each other in real life. I'm not giving that same kind of energy anymore. And it actually kind of was, like, really hard for me because I enjoy telling people happy birthday. Not even on some, like, I'm trying to get the gratification out of it or anything like that. But just in general, like, if you're too big or if I don't pop up on your timeline enough for you to say happy birthday to me, then I don't really just want to engage with you on that kind of level anymore. And I definitely don't think that I have to. And especially my birthday means a lot to me, so I would prefer to not expend energy on people who won't say happy birthday to me. You know what I'm saying? Like, if you say happy birthday to me, I'll say happy birthday to you. But if you don't say happy birthday to me, I'm not going to say happy birthday to you. Point blank simple. Unfortunately. But I don't care if that is petty. But, like, I remember this one time, this one girl who I have known for years, for literal years, I said happy birthday to her like a day late on her page, and she just liked the comment, but on all of the other comments she said thank you. And I was like, oh, see, I'm not the one. Immediately deleted that comment. I literally don't care if she says happy birthday to me this year or not. But what we're not gonna do is, like, try to play this, like, petty game of, like, oh, you were late saying happy birthday to me, so therefore I'm not gonna say thank you. I'm just gonna like the comment. And, like, you're not gonna dismiss me, bitch. Promise you. Look at that. Comments deleted. Don't even worry about it, big dog. It'll you know what it never was? That serious. That serious. It was never that serious. So this year, if you would like a happy birthday on your birthday, say happy birthday to me, and I'll be happy to give you a happy birthday in return. Not even on no tit for tat shit, mainly just because I appreciate people who appreciate me. I try to do something, get a little cute photo every time for my birthday. I enjoy doing it. So if I'm taking the time to look this good and put it on the TL, please do me a favor and just say happy birthday. 12/15, December 15th, big Sagittarius. You know, check me out. Thank you. High levels of NACL. Thank you. And the very, very last hot take. I definitely don't know if other people are going to see this as a hot take. I know that I definitely will see it as a hot take. But essentially, if I ever do get the opportunity to be famous one day, I am not going to engage with, like, certain celebrities or certain influencers. Like, I love Megan Thee Stallion down. I love her. I love her. I love her down so bad. But the fact that she be hanging out with Paris Hilton, girly pop, girl, like, and the fact that she collabed on a song with her, girl, like, come on. You know that bitch has controversy. And even though Megan is in a lot of controversy, but let me be clear, I'm a Megan Thee Stallion fan down, okay? That leprechaun shot her, okay? And who cares that she lied about fucking him? She said it where it matters, in court. And that nigga is in jail, okay? Schedule a conjugal visit, okay? Or some dick riding ass niggas, alright, okay? Anyways, but yeah, Paris Hilton. I'm never going on The Breakfast Club. You will not see me interact with Charlamagne the God. You're not going to see me interact with Joe Budden. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't want to interact. I know Joe Budden's not on The Breakfast Club, but I'm just saying both either or their podcast. I'm not going to interact with people who are known abusers, or who are known controversial speakers, or who are like known racists or homophobes or anything like that. You ain't never going to see me hang out with fucking Wale's ass, not Wale's, who is it? Waka Flocka's ass, posting over here voting for Trump, talking about vote for Trump, but at the same time, when you look up his name, he ain't never voted in any election ever. Like, come on. You ain't never gonna see me try to hang out with Boosie Badass. You know what I'm saying? Like, all these things that, like, people try to hang out with, like, the most controversial people ever. Like, I'm never gonna go on Trisha Paytas's podcast or on her YouTube video. So many people, like, love to, like, have this association with controversy, not really realizing how it can, like, damage your active, like, what people can, like, see from you in the future. That's not any kind of brand that I ever want to be a part of, and especially it's not anything that I ever want to associate myself with. So even if I ever got the opportunity to be famous, I can guarantee you one thing's for certain and two things for sure: I'm not gonna interact with no bitch who has such a controversial past that all you have to do is look up their name and you can see on their Wikipedia page they either have a list of hate crimes or a list of controversies. It's just not happening. Okay, I feel so good being able to get here and yap again. It is so much fun to be on this channel, to be with you all, and to post this. Even right now, I see that so many of y'all are reacting to me posting on the Real Raw Regular again, and that makes me so freaking happy. Like I said, you can find any of my podcasts on Apple Podcasts. When you go to Apple Podcasts, just look up A Everyday. You'll see the Real Raw Regular pop up. On YouTube, it's the same thing, A Everyday. You'll see me pop up. My logo, the Real Raw Regular, is there. I am on Instagram and TikTok at the Real Raw Regular. And my personal Instagram page is at High Levels of NaCl. I really hope you enjoyed this episode of my hot takes. I want to hear some of your hot takes. Please comment them down below on my YouTube. Please comment them on Apple Podcasts. Please comment. I think I'm also on Spotify as well, under A Everyday as well. So I'm on Apple Podcasts, I am on Spotify, I'm on TikTok, and I'm on Instagram. Instagram and TikTok are at the Real Raw Regular. Spotify and my YouTube are both, and Apple Podcasts are both A Everyday. And yeah, like I said, I just am so happy to be back here, and there's going to be more videos coming soon, and most of all, especially, we will get part 2 with me in the Beehive Avenue. Thanks so much for tuning in, guys, and I hope to see you soon. Bye!